If you look back at the last maybe 10 or 12 years, what do you think you've learned the most?
Many things. I think one is people are essentially very giving. They want to help you and they want to offer. I think they want to be there for you. It's just that they don't have sometimes the mechanism. Sometimes they may also be everyone has their own story and everyone is coming from their own place. And I think I've begun to be less judgmental and give them the benefit of doubt. Uh, but I've learned that in today's time, you could literally reach out to anybody, courtesy social media. And most people, if they see that you're genuinely wanting to form a connection, or they're happy to give you their time. So I've begun to really believe, like my default mode now is not second guess people, but to believe in their goodness. कुछ नहीं हुआ, होगा, कुछ कहानी होगी उसके पीछे जो पता चल जाएगी कभी ना कभी. It's okay. That is one. Second is, I think we belong to an industry. I mean, now you're creating content as well, where you're, everything is being judged, right? And at some point, it's so hard, however spiritually strong you are, not to fall into this. But I've realized that my barometer would be how I was last year, how I was 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Am I happier with myself? That is a barometer. Third is, in my 20s, I had a lot of friends and I would say acquaintances. And I remember Janki and I we used to live in a two-bedder apartment after we got married, and we used to have 75 people over 3 times a year having mad parties, right? And that gave us happiness. And maybe it did at that point, right? I think today I can count the people maybe I can call if I have a problem at hand, if I need to rush Sufi to the hospital. And there are very few. And I'm very happy, I'm very okay with it. I don't seek validation in that sense. I've begun to appreciate and be so grateful for parents, especially after Sufi and after the pandemic. I feel all of us realized that maybe this is it. At that point, I genuinely realized, if I don't work after this, if I never get an acting gig after this, will I be happy? And I said, yes, I will be. I think all of this is just like, I think these are some of the things which have been distilled. Another learning has been that I think at work, I've stopped craving validation or shabashi from others, as you say. And it's very hard. I won't say I've 100% succeeded, but today the validation is, did I have a great day at work? When I go home, like in my makeup van, my hairstylist spot, my immediate team who's been with me for a while, did they have a good day? Because they may not have so much at stake as I did, right? Were they happy? Did they enjoy their lunch? And I think I derive like success from there. And as much as people say that, hey, it's a food chain and Bollywood will always be at the top of it, comes OTT and comes television, I actually don't adhere to that at all. I feel I've been able to recognize the true power of what television is, and television makes you a habit. Good or bad is secondary, is a habit, and I want to be that, because only when I can become a habit for someone can I then be able to, sort of leave them with some sort of, I can emotionally touch their lives. And I've experienced this firsthand with the shows I've done and the people I've met, like firsthand. And I feel, what greater joy than that? So these are, I mean, some of the learnings at work and in life. Yeah.
You become a daily member of their family in that sense, right?
More than that, so again, an interesting experiment I ran. Like, we were in London in December. We'd spoken then, I remember. On a whim, Janki and I would live in an apartment across a coffee store, to say. I said, this entire fan actor relationship is so I don't know how do you quantify it or how to be, right? Like how what is cool? Like I would see Shah Rukh earlier, and like I would see how Shah Rukh would pose with fans in a selfie, and he would just have a very straight face. And I'd met him one, like two, three times, but once when I'd met him on his set also, very, very warm and very hospitable. In a selfie, you'd just be very business-like, and and I realized it must be so tough also. He's meeting like 1,000 people every day. Like, how do you even smile? And I feel, but I said, can I break away from what I have, like what the prototype of an actor fan relationship should be? Because at the end of the day, it's two human beings meeting. It's one human being who is probably a bit more affected because he's sampled your work over a period of time and they've been affected by you. But when I was able to break that in my head and try to break away from the posturing of being some sort of a star and have a real conversation, I ended up putting up a Facebook, Instagram video saying, "Hey, I'm here. Going to be here tomorrow for half an hour. Come have a coffee. I'll buy you coffee." Right? It's something I've done at the end of every television show, except Buddy, I couldn't. It's just it'd be too many people who show up. Just to thank people and just to be able to understand what ticks them. And we did this in London. We saw like 7 people will show up, 150 people showed up on a 2-degree weather in like a very like in a very like an area which is not touristy at all. And I could have real conversations, I think, with about 70% of them. Like it could be a 2-minute exchange, but I could sense so much which they're gaining, not from you, but something you've given life to in a way. You're one of the. And I felt, why can't I live my life like this without having to posture, without having to be cool? And I constantly am pendulum, sort of like it's a pendulum. I'm still not, I don't know how to authentically be that all the time. I'm struggling, but I want to be that now. Sometimes it becomes hard because the other person is very overwhelmed when they meet you. And then I realize it's also not my job to constantly put everyone at ease because I'm here for a purpose. But I want to be that. I want to be able to tap into your mind. Why should you only gain from me? Why can't I also understand your life and see how can I provide some hope? Maybe like a good half an hour in a terrible day. So again, that was a great feedback loop where we took back a lot. Also realized the world is a damn good place. People who essentially are wanting to share their love. People essentially are lonely, and I feel like these fictional characters give them a lot of hope, give them a lot of like this ideal love. And a lot of times they ask me, "Is this the kind of partner you are in real life?" And I realize people are lonely, and if I can give them some solace or some hope or some like a smile, man, what a crazy amazing job I have. So yeah.
Like this clip, make sure you watch the full episode.